We hold these truths to be self-evident, 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 true, that all men are created equal. Women, too, that included, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator. Oh, now that's out of this world. That's out of the box. But that's what America is founded on, out-of-the-box thinking. Freedom is an out-of-the-box concept. Up until the time the Founding Fathers did it, there was no such thing as freedom, except if you were a baron or a lord or someone involved in the British government that was a part of the hierarchy. The Founding Fathers had the agenda to institute a principled system where the government was there to secure these rights. That to secure these rights, governments are instituted amongst men, deriving their just powers from Romans 13. No, it doesn't say that. Deriving their just powers from God. Deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed. Consent, buy-in, approval, implied consent. That to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men. What rights? The rights endowed upon us by the Creator. The unalienable ones, the ones you can't take away from me. You can't do that, and if you try, you're a criminal, King George. If you do that, you're a criminal, United States government. If you do that, Obama, if you do that, Bush, if you do that, Clinton, it cuts beyond party lines. Unalienable. Some people say unalienable. Same thing. You can't attach them. They're off limits. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Among these rights, life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness. Oh, well, there's more. There's more. Among these are life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. That when government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or abolish it. Why? Because the government no longer functions to the end it was established to secure. It's like hiring an agent. All right, agent, I'm going to give you, here's your delegation of power. You may go out in my name and represent me in matter XYZ. So agent goes out and does ABC. But I say to my agent, but I didn't say you could go ABC. I said XYZ, and the agent says, I don't care. I got your bank account. I got your signature. And so I said, well, yeah, but here's the contract. Here's the delegation of authority. I specifically said you may do these things. You're doing things I said you couldn't do. He says, so you're not calling me on it. You just went out and killed somebody in my name? Well, so you're not calling me on it. You've given me your consent by your silence. If you really think you got a problem, then sue me. Take me to law. But as long as you remain silent, I'm going to get away with murder. I didn't give my government a license to kill, steal, and destroy. The Constitution doesn't give this government the license to steal, kill, and destroy. Does my Social Security application give this government the right to kill, steal, and destroy? Because if it did, I'm renouncing that. If you're telling me that by me signing up for Social Security, I'm giving you the right to go rob from Peter to pay for my benefits when I get old or when I go to the hospital or I get a publication or whatever benefit you want to offer being contingent upon that number, are you saying that I licensed you to do what the Constitution did not license you to do? Is that what's really going on with that Social Security application? Is that the license? Did we license it? So, e pluribus unum, that's the many is one. It is an organism of unity comprising the many human beings. This organism, generally known as the civil body politic. Now, I'm not talking about citizenship here. I'm not talking about citizenship here. I'm talking about the sovereign body politic. I'm talking about the people. We the people of Colorado. We the people of the United States. By the people of a state is meant all the members which compose that state and are integral parts of it, together making it a body politic. The body politic, the whole body of people politically associated, is not government. It is inherently vested by God with all rightful political power over its members for the common good of all. John Randolph Tucker, lawyer, 1800s. Brother was a fire eater. His dad was on George Washington's staff. He's written books on the Constitution. He was an expert. This rightful political power is vested, so vested, is called sovereignty or supremacy over people and things. The people of this country are sovereign. The buck stops here. If it doesn't stop here, it keeps on going somewhere else. And ultimately, we are accountable for what we failed to do because we gave our consent by silence. To sin by silence when we should protest makes cowards of men. I don't remember who'd credit that to. Sovereignty means highest power, supremacy, uncontrollable power. A supreme lord or ruler, one who possesses the highest authority, a supreme magistrate, a king. Problem and solution. History teaches that every nation divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. Chisholm versus Georgia. United States Supreme Court. Chisholm had this concept that, wait a minute, the people are sovereign. I don't like what you're doing. So Chisholm sued the state of Georgia in the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court agreed with Mr. Chisholm. Georgia didn't even bother showing up. They defaulted. The Chief Justice John Jay, who was one of the writers of the Federalist Papers, he was also one of the signers of the Treaty of Paris. If anybody knows what this nation is founded on, John Jay was there. He understands, and this is what he said in this case. At the Revolution, the sovereignty devolved onto the people. They are truly the sovereigns of the country, but they are sovereigns without subjects, with none to govern but themselves. Think of it like this. The divine right of kings passed from King George to the people. Wow, that's a concept. That's a leap. Never happened before. Where did these guys come up with that? Is that a religious concept? Where did they come up with that? Did John Locke come up with that? Was that theory? Where did they come up with this idea that the people are sovereign? What a ridiculous notion. They fought a war over it, called the Revolutionary War. They were fighting for this principle I'm about to show you. Watch this. The citizens of America are equal as fellow citizens and as joint tenants in the sovereignty. Notice that it's making a distinction. Citizens of America. It doesn't say citizens of the United States. Citizens of America. So did you know that there's a citizenship by virtue of your membership within the body politic that is sovereign? Did you also know that there's another citizenship by virtue of a statute that designated citizenship to a group of people that didn't otherwise have access to the sovereignty? And that's what the 14th Amendment did after the Civil War. It created another class of citizenship that was given to those people who could not otherwise attain citizenship within the sovereign body politic. Two classes of citizenship. Oh, there's a third class of citizenship. People in Puerto Rico, they're not part of the United States of America because that's a territory. So the citizens of the United States that were born in Puerto Rico are different than the citizens of the United States that were assigned that capacity by the 14th Amendment, which are different from the citizens that ultimately established this government that are members of the sovereign body politic, which is different from